My name is Bart Mahrer. I'm the VP of Investor Relations at Pipeline Oil and Gas. And today we've got a special treat for you. We've got Mr. Chris Jarvis, Head of Risk Management at Pipeline Oil and Gas on the line. Chris has been a top oil and gas analyst in the U.S. for a number of years, and he is a contributor on Fox Business, CNBC, Bloomberg, and Reuters. Chris, we're going to take you from the 30,000 foot level down to 4,000 feet below the surface of the earth. And people want to know what happens if you miss. What happens if you drill a well at 3,922 feet, and you perforate that zone and you get some water or you get nothing. Talk about that a little bit if you could.
Have there ever been a well in Louisiana drilled and nothing's come out? And certainly the investors have lost money, certainly, but the operators and geologists, again, for our oil and gas investors, these guys have been around for 30 years and have had a track record. Jamie Ryan, who is probably our biggest relationship in Louisiana, has been 70 for 70 in his last, drilling the last 70 wells. About 30 of those have been more gas than oil, but nonetheless, he's been on target and he's been able to hit the zones that he's needed to hit, and it's benefited our investors.
Well, that was going to be one of the next questions that I asked you, was the track record. Chris, when you talked about how, you could hit a dry zone, or maybe you get a bunch of water and there's very little oil, or, I'm going to lay out an example here. We have a well that we drilled in Lafayette, Louisiana. We actually perforated the zone at 4,333 feet down. Got a lot of water. They did the calculations, estimated 10 barrels of oil per day. They put a plug in it. They assigned those reserves to that well, so now it gets credit for it. They backed the bid up 417 feet. Put what's called a bridge plug in there. We perforated that zone, and in the first 24 hours, we had almost 300 barrels of oil. Now, they had to choke that back. That's not going to be a daily production. But again, that's an example of a different pay zone. It's a different reservoir that they went to hit, and they got what they were looking for.